Science deals with names and shapes, quantities and qualities, patterns and laws. It is all right in its own place. But life is to be lived. There is no time for analysis. The response must be instantaneous. Hence, the importance of the spontaneous, the timeless. It is in the unknown that we live and move. The known is the past. Reality is good and beautiful. We create the chaos. What was never lost can never be found. Your very search for safety and joy keeps you away from them. Stop searching. Cease losing. The disease is simple, and the remedy equally simple. It is your mind only that makes you insecure and unhappy. Anticipation makes you insecure, memory unhappy. Stop misusing your mind, and all will be well with you. You need not set it right. It will set itself right as soon as you give up all concern with the past and the future and live entirely in the now. As nothing and nobody, you are safe and happy. Only in the mind of man there is chaos. The mind does not grasp the whole. Its focus is very narrow. All must change. You are what does not change. When the I am myself goes, the I am all comes. When the I am all goes, I am comes. When even I am goes, reality alone is, and in it, every I am is preserved and glorified. Diversity without separateness is the ultimate that the mind can touch. Beyond that, all activity ceases, because in it, all goals are reached and all purposes fulfilled. The supreme state is universal, here and now. Everybody already shares in it. It is the state of being, knowing, and liking. Who does not like to be, or does not know his own existence? But we take no advantage of this joy of being conscious. we do not go into it and purify it of all that is foreign to it. This work of mental self-purification, the cleansing of the psyche, is essential. Just as a speck in the eye, by causing inflammation, may wipe out the world, so the mistaken idea, I am the body-mind, causes the self-concern, which obscures the universe. It is useless to fight the sense of being a limited and separate person, unless the roots of it are laid bare. Selfishness is rooted in the mistaken ideas of oneself. Clarification of the mind is yoga. The personal needs a base, a body to identify oneself with, just as a color needs a surface to appear on. The seeing of the color is independent of the color. It is the same whatever the color. One needs an eye to see a color. The colors are many. The eye is single. The impersonal is like the light in the color and also in the eye, yet simple, single, indivisible, and unperceivable, except in its manifestations. Not unknowable, but unperceivable, unobjectival, inseparable. The absolute or life you talk about, is it real or a mere theory to cover up our ignorance? Both. To the mind, a theory, in itself, is a reality. It is reality in its spontaneous and total rejection of the false. Just as light destroys darkness by its very presence, so does the Absolute destroy imagination. To see that all knowledge is a form of ignorance is itself a movement of reality. The witness is not a person. The person comes into being when there is a basis for it, an organism, a body. In it, the Absolute is reflected as awareness. Pure awareness becomes self-awareness. When there is a self, self-awareness is the witness. When there is no self to witness, there is no witnessing either. It is all very simple. It is the presence of the person that complicates. See that there is no such thing as a permanently separate person, and all becomes clear. Awareness, mind, matter, they are one reality in its two aspects as immovable and movable, and the three attributes of inertia, energy, and harmony. What comes first, Consciousness or awareness? Awareness becomes consciousness when it has an object. The object changes all the time. In consciousness, there is movement. Awareness by itself is motionless and timeless, here and now. In pure consciousness, nothing ever happens. Nothing is happening. Imagine a big building collapsing. Some rooms are in ruins, some are intact. But can you speak of the space as ruined or intact? It is only the structure that suffered, and the people who happened to live in it. Nothing happened to space itself. Similarly, nothing happens to life when forms break down and names are wiped out. The goldsmith melts down old ornaments to make new. Sometimes a good piece goes with the bad. He takes it in his stride, for he knows that no gold is lost. Death is natural. The manner of dying is man-made. Separateness causes fear and aggression, which again cause violence. Do away with man-made separations, and all this horror of people killing each other will surely end. But in reality, there is no killing and there is no dying. The real does not die. The unreal never lived. Set your mind right, and all will be right. When you know that the world is one, that humanity is one, you will act accordingly. But first of all, you must attend to the way you feel, think, and live. Unless there is order in yourself, there can be no order in the world. In reality, nothing happens. Onto the screen of the mind, destiny forever projects its pictures, memories of former projections, and thus illusion constantly renews itself. The pictures come and go, light intercepted by ignorance. See the light and disregard the picture. Evil is the stench of a mind that is diseased. Heal your mind, and it will cease to project distorted, ugly pictures. Reality cannot be momentary. It is timeless. But timelessness is not duration. As long as you pay attention to ideas, your own or of others, you will be in trouble. But if you disregard all teachings, all books, anything put into words, and dive deeply within yourself, and find yourself, this alone will solve all your problems and leave you in full mastery of every situation, because you will not be dominated by your ideas about the situation. Take an example. You are in the company of an attractive woman. You get ideas about her, and this creates a sexual situation. A problem is created, and you start looking for books on continence or enjoyment. Were you a baby, both of you could be naked and together without any problem arising. Just stop thinking you are bodies, and the problems of love and sex will lose their meaning. With all sense of limitation gone, fear, pain, and the search for pleasure all cease. Only awareness remains. The self is near, and the way to it is easy. All you need do is do nothing. Your sadhana, spiritual practice, is to be. The doing happens. Just be watchful. Where is the difficulty in remembering that you are? You are all the time. What is your procedure for clearing the mind of the unnecessary? What are your means, your tools for the purification of the mind? The mind exists in two states, as water and as honey. The water vibrates at the least disturbance, while the honey, however disturbed, returns quickly to immobility. You may have chronic fever and shiver all the time. It is desires and fears that make the mind restless. Free from all negative emotions, it is quiet. You think you are coming and going, passing through various states and moods. I see things as they are, momentary events presenting themselves to me in rapid succession, deriving their being from me, yet definitely neither me nor mine. Among phenomena, I am not one, nor subject to any. I am independent, so simply and totally, that your mind, accustomed to opposition and denial, cannot grasp it. I mean literally what I say. I do not need to oppose or deny, because it is clear to me that I cannot be the opposite or denial of anything. I am just beyond. in a different dimension altogether. Set your intellect aside. Don't use it in these matters. Why do you talk of action? Are you acting ever? Some unknown power acts, and you imagine that you are acting. You are merely watching what happens, without being able to influence it in any way. You are like a patient under anesthesia on whom a surgeon performs an operation. When you wake up, you find the operation over. Can you say you have done something? You have no choice, only the illusion of it. My guru told me, trust me. I tell you, you are divine. Take it as the absolute truth. Your joy is divine. Your suffering is divine too. All comes from God. Remember it always. You are God. Your will alone is done. I did believe him, and soon realized how wonderfully true and accurate were his words. I did not condition my mind by thinking, I am God, I am wonderful, I am beyond. I simply followed his instruction, which was to focus the mind on pure being, I am, and stay in it. I used to sit for hours with nothing but the I am in my mind. And soon peace and joy and a deep, all-embracing love became my normal state. In it, all disappeared. Myself, my guru, the life I lived, the world around me. Only peace remained, and unfathomable silence. Your expectation of something unique and dramatic, of some wonderful explosion, is merely hindering and delaying your self-realization. You are not to expect an explosion, for the explosion has already happened at the moment when you were born, when you realized yourself as being, knowing, feeling. There is only one mistake you are making. You take the inner for the outer, and the outer for the inner. What is in you, you take to be outside you, and what is outside, you take to be in you. The mind and feelings are external, but you take them to be intimate. You believe the world to be objective, while it is entirely a projection of your own psyche. That is the basic confusion, and no new explosion will set it right. You have to think yourself out of it. There is no other way. Watch your thoughts as you watch the street traffic. People come and go. You register without response. It may not be easy in the beginning, but with some practice, you will find that your mind can function on many levels at the same time, and you can be aware of them all. It is only when you have a vested interest in any particular level that your attention gets caught in it, and you black out on other levels. Even then, the work on the blacked out levels goes on, outside the field of consciousness. Do not struggle with your memories and thoughts. Try only to include in your field of attention the other, more important questions, like, who am I? How did I happen to be born? Whence this universe around me? What is real and what is momentary? No memory will persist if you lose interest in it. It is the emotional link that perpetuates the bondage. You are always seeking pleasure, avoiding pain, always after happiness and peace. Don't you see that it is your very search for happiness that makes you feel miserable? Try the other way. Indifferent to pain and pleasure, neither asking nor refusing, give all your attention to the level on which I am is present. Soon you will realize that peace and happiness are in your very nature, and it is only seeking them through some particular channels that disturbs. Avoid the disturbance, that is all. To seek, there is no need. You would not seek what you already have. You yourself are God, the supreme reality. To begin with, trust me. Trust the teacher. It enables you to make the first step, and then your trust is justified by your own experience. In every walk of life, initial trust is essential. Without it, little can be done. Every undertaking is an act of faith. Even your daily bread you eat on trust. By remembering what I told you, you will achieve everything. I am telling you again, you are the all-pervading, all-transcending reality. Behave accordingly. Think, feel, and act in harmony with the whole, and the actual experience of what I say will dawn upon you in no time. No effort is needed. Have faith and act on it. Please see that I want nothing from you. It is in your own self-interest that I speak, because above all, you love yourself. You want yourself secure and happy. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't deny it. It is natural and good to love oneself. Only you should know exactly what you love. It is not the body that you love, it is life. Perceiving, feeling, thinking, doing, loving, striving, creating. It is that life you love, which is you, which is all.